The Fold SE and the Fold 6 have completely different camera hardware, so it's going to make for a very interesting comparison. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. Today we are going to do a camera comparison between the Z Fold 6 and the Z Fold SE. First, I want to break down the hardware differences because there is some significant changes that Samsung have made to the hardware of these two phones. Firstly, the Z Fold 6 has pretty much had the same camera hardware on a foldable for the last 3 years. 12 megapixel ultra wide, 50 megapixel main, 10 megapixel 3x telephoto. Now fundamentally, that hasn't really changed on the Fold SE, but there are two hardware changes which change a lot. There's still the 10 megapixel 3x telephoto, but above it, you have a new 200 megapixel main camera, and you have a 12 megapixel, what appears to be dual pixel autofocus macro capability ultra wide camera, which this of course does not have. So hardware wise, that's the differences. So in the software, you can of course go up to 200 megapixel on the Fold SE, whereas on the Fold 6, that capability is limited to just 50. So you can see there 200 and you can see there 50. And of course too, we showed this off the other day, the macro capability. Today, I'm going to use my keyboard. So with the Fold SE, slide, put it in this way. With the Fold SE, if I go close to something, it turns on focus enhancer. And what that does is switch to the ultra wide and give me the option to get in really close and keep everything in focus. With the Fold 6, switch back to 12. If I go in on that same key, does not switch to the ultra wide and do that. And it just takes a blurry photo. Switching to the ultra wide does not give you that opportunity. Whereas if I just went directly into the ultra wide here and on the E, can get in really close and capture a detailed photo, especially when you compare it to the Z Fold 6, like it's a world apart. Outside of that, the cameras on these are very much the same, but I've been going around and taking some photos with both of these phones over the last few days. Let's jump over to my Viewfinity S9 and take a bit of a look at the output differences. Before I actually sit down and do the camera comparison, I just want to thank Average Dad for actually sending me out a special edition to look at. He actually sells them through the Average Dad tech store. Not only is he a YouTuber, but he also sells them as well. There's a link in the description to the store and a special discount code as well. So head down there if you wanted to grab a special edition for yourself. He also has the W25, which is the China edition of the same phone, available for purchase. Head to the link below. Thanks Average Dad for sending it out. Okay, so I'm over here now at my Viewfinity S9 monitor. 5K display, so it's the absolute best resolution I've got to compare the cameras from these two phones. The way I'm going to do it is I've broken it down into a few different categories. I've got the 3 lenses on the back, so from the ultra wide to the 3x, but I've also included a 10x photo as well, so we can take a look at that. I also then want to take a look at the bokeh, because as I mentioned, that sensor is bigger on the Fold Special Edition, so it's going to give some better results from a depth of field perspective. I want to look at high resolution, plain and simply because one's got 200 megapixel, one's got a 50. I then also want to take a look at night photography, because that sensor is probably larger on the Fold SE. It's worth taking a look at that. But it is worth noting that the Fold Special Edition has an aperture of f1.8, which is not the same as the f1.7 aperture that's on the S24 Ultra. Just thought I'd mention that. Then we'll finish off looking at stabilization from that main camera in video, because the better camera, the Fold Special Edition, should have better stabilization, because the Ultra has better stabilization over the standard S24. So we'll check that out too. Anyway, first two photos I want to look at here is the ultra wide on the Fold 6 versus the Special Edition. And we'll just cycle through different photos, different cameras in this section. The first thing I really want to highlight with the ultra wide is the focus and the detail. Because the ultra wide on the Special Edition has the macro capabilities and likely autofocus to go with it, the dual pixel, when you actually zoom in on things like the star here, you actually will see better sort of brighter details on the special edition in these little leaves here, the fake leaves, because it's a Christmas tree, and the star itself as well. But even if you move down to the bottom of the tree, you'll see the same sort of thing as well. So I think that sort of dual pixel that Samsung have put in to the Fold Special Edition already showing to work wonders. Zooming into the 1x camera, you can already see a bit of a color shift. The back of the wall there, it's a bit whiter on the Special Edition than it is on the Fold 6. But outside of that, and outside of a couple of different processing results, there's not much difference in terms of the detail in the cameras. They're both shooting in 12 megapixel resolution, so we're not seeing anything drastically different in terms of detail, but just those processing tweaks and differences that you can see. One thing I really wanted to test, and you'll see the consistency of testing this throughout, is the 2x. Because the 2x on the Fold Special Edition is cropping in from 200 megapixels as opposed to 50, there might be some improvements. And when we take a look at this here, you can already see in things like the bird here that the Fold Special Edition at the 2x crop has already retained and preserved more detail, and you can even see that in sort of the branches and the brushes of the branches too. So that's already a good start. And then switching to 3x, there's no update to the camera, and when we take a look at the results, there's no real update to the results either. Heading outside, this is an ultra-wide photo taken of my daughter on her bike. Again, the similar sort of thing we saw in the trees, that in like places around like her hair, the Fold Special Edition's ultra-wide is capturing more detail and is a better shot. So you can definitely see that. Heading into the 1x, the only sort of real difference that I notice is the sort of blurred depth of field in the background. It's a little bit more on the Fold Special Edition. I'll call that out a little bit later in some of the other photos I've got. But the only other difference I can see is the processing on her face. It's a little bit lighter on the 6 and a little bit darker on the Special Edition. But outside of that, that's really the only differences. Going into the 2x, again, what I saw before with that sort of extra detail is here again. The Fold 6 kind of loses a bit of detail on the 2x, especially when you punch into it after the fact. Whereas the Fold Special Edition has retained more. And that is probably because of that bigger, larger 200 megapixel resolution. Again, the 3X, the only difference here is probably the Fold 6 didn't capture it properly, whereas the Fold Special Edition did, but that could just be an anomaly and just happened because she moved at the wrong time. Now, this is the next day I changed orientation of how I took the photo, and this is a 1x shot from both the Fold 6 on the left and the Fold Special Edition on the right. And again, as I've kind of already sort of noticed, is there's not really, as I say that out loud, you can see that foreground there. The Fold, let me go back to the right. The Fold Special Edition has got more detail in the foreground and the grass there. Absolutely does. That's not even a contest with that. I wonder if that's got anything to do with the higher megapixel count, even though this is a 12 megapixel shot. Now heading sort of and changing sort of direction, I've got an ultra wide shot here and I want to sort of cycle through the different zooms, hopefully ending up somewhere over here at the end with a 10x shot. But again, the ultra wide camera, what you sort of will notice is that same thing I sort of said before, where the detail on the Fold Special Edition is just better because of that dual pixel autofocus. Although in landscape shots like this, it's not going to be as prevalent as shots that I sort of showcased before. This is the 1x, and again, that foreground difference is really noticeable from the Fold 6 on the left here and the Fold S Special Edition on the right. You can see that difference. That's quite staggering, that difference actually. Now this is the 2x. Look at the foreground difference here in this one. That's insane how much difference that is between the Fold Special Edition and the Fold 6. Way more detail in the foreground here. And even in the background there too, it's preserved more. Okay, this is starting to shape up as a really good camera update. The 3x, there's not much difference that you can sort of notice there. I want to check out 10. Because I have a theory that Samsung might be using information from the high resolution sensor combined with the 3x. But let's take a bit of a look here. On this tree, there's not really much to sort of notice, to be honest. It kind of looks very similar if not the same, maybe a little bit sort of smoother here on the Fold Special Edition, maybe a little bit noisier on the Fold 6. Outside of that, when you sort of zoom out into this state, you're not really noticing much of a difference between them. Okay, that ends that part of it. I now want to jump out of that and I want to go into something a little bit more focused, and that being the bokeh. The reason why I want to talk about the bokeh is because, like I said, the bigger sensor on the Special Edition should give you a more natural depth of field from different angles. So my example of that is I'm going to be using this helmet. So I started off close. As you can see, the bokeh on both is pretty much the same. Like, there's no difference. It's got that depth of field all the way through. When I take a step back, similar results. This is kind of, I guess, showcasing that at this level, they're the same. But the Fold 6 has a limit. When I get back to this level, and I do the same with the Fold Special Edition, you can see on the Fold 6, everything is sort of more in focus around the photo. Whereas on the Fold Special Edition, from the same distance, you can see around the photo here is still got that natural depth of field, still creating that bokeh. And I really like that. I think that's a really nice sort of addition for a foldable to have that. The other example I've got here, I took this today, and again, same spot, same 1x sort of crop. The light pole here, the trees in the background, all in focus on the Fold 6. Whereas if you look on the Fold Special Edition, it's all blurred and it's got that natural depth of field, which I really like. Again, it creates that sort of artistic flair, and to be able to get that from Samsung's foldables, which we haven't had before to this level, is really nice. I now got two high-res examples to go through. The first is just going to be a standard 50 megapixel versus 200 megapixel landscape shot. 50 megapixel on the left with the Fold 6 and the 200 megapixel on the right with the Fold Special Edition. It's going to be obvious. The Fold Special Edition will have more detail, and you can already see in the chair there, in the trees, that 200 megapixel is already giving off a much higher detail and can go in a lot closer to things and retain it, whereas the Fold 6 kind of falls apart. Now look, that's neither here nor there. Resolution's a bit of a tricky one. I showed the advantage of having the resolution with the 2x, but you also have selfies. So you can take the high-res selfies. The left is 50 megapixel, the right 200. And look, they're both going to be pretty detailed considering how close they sort of get. But the 200 megapixel, again, just gives you that more fine sort of detail to go in closer. That's very close up on my face. But it's much of a muchness. I just thought I'd show it because it can do it. Perhaps probably the most important part, I guess, or the biggest difference will be night photos. So if I've got here a Fold 6 night photo that I'm bringing up, and then a Fold Special Edition photo that I've got next to it, there's actually quite a bit of a difference in terms of their output. Now, this was taken with no image stacking whatsoever. It was just point and shoot with the larger sensor from the SE and then the normal sensor on the Fold 6. The big difference I noticed straight away is just the color. The Fold Special Edition has got a bit of a warmer tinge to it, whereas the Fold 6 is a bit cooler. Outside of that, there's not much of a difference. If we sort of zoom in to try and find a bit more detail, you know, the Fold 6 versus the Fold SE, I don't know, you're not really seeing that much of a drastic difference. Perhaps maybe in this area here that I'm sort of rotating, like around where the lights and stuff are on both of these. But outside of that, yeah, I'm not really noticing much. But we can head outdoors and take a look. This is a no night mode shot, so this is just in auto mode, but turning the auto night mode off. And I just wanted to see, again, that larger sensor bringing in more light, what difference it makes. But to be honest, there's not much that I'm seeing here. Like even in this foreground that's very, very dark, you don't really notice much more. Maybe the bricks have a little bit more about them, and that's probably because it is letting in more light. But outside of that, it hasn't really handled things like exposure well. Again, probably because of the image stacking that it's not doing. Took another one, just angled a different way with potentially a bit more light. And again, the same sort of situation. There's not much of a difference here that you can see from the naked eye. Maybe when you sort of crop into this area on both of them, but even then it's negligible at best. Flicking night mode on, or the auto night mode that turns on in auto mode, everything kind of evens out a little bit. Because of the way image stacking works, it's an algorithm based. It's nothing to do with the cameras really. It's using post-processing. So you'll effectively get the same results on the Fold 6 that you can get on the Fold Special Edition, because realistically, the only difference I'm seeing here is this is like greener, whereas this is a bit grayer or yellower, I guess you could call it, on the left versus grayer on the right. But outside of that, there's not much. And then one more just for good measure. These almost look identical. Probably the only difference, actually, maybe they're not identical, is the table has more detail on the Fold Special Edition and less noise and grain. So maybe there's a difference. You just have to find the right scenario to be able to bring it to life. And the last one I really want to look at is the stabilization. So the better camera on the Special Edition should have better stabilization. It's just the way Samsung made sort of that camera on the Ultra. And if it's a very similar camera, it should have similar results. Let's take a look. Fold 6 on the left, Special Edition on the right. So walking along at a steady pace. My daughter's not exactly a cycling champion yet. She's just learning how to ride her bike. Yeah, it's really difficult to sort of notice too much of a difference here. You know, moving the camera around. Processing wise, they almost look the same as well, but there's probably that better detail in the foreground like the photos had. Yeah, look, stabilization wise, I'm not noticing too much. There's some other videos that I took as well, and I'll put them up as I'm talking now, and you can kind of be the judge. The whole idea is the correction angle should be better on the Special Edition, but according to that first video and the subsequent ones, there's just not that much of a difference. So I wouldn't say it's over and above better. So there's your differences between the Fold SE and the Fold 6. Obviously, there's a lot that I think I prefer on the SE. I love the more natural depth of field that it gives you when you're a little bit further away from something. I'm definitely a big fan of the flexibility with the ultra wide now being a macro as well. Hit subscribe to SamMobile TV. Make sure, like I said, use the link in the description if you want to grab a Fold SE for yourself. Thanks, your average dad. Use the link and the code, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.